The Gold, the Bride, and the Dancing Tiger. One day, Ajja thought that the family should have a picnic in the garden for a change. The children decided to assist that day with Damu and Ajja's cooking experience, and they insisted that Ajji and Kamlu Ajji relax and do as they pleased. Damu was an expert cook while Ajja was just an ordinary one. The children who had no knowledge of cooking decided to make something simple and fun. Ajja suggested I have an electric tandoor that I brought from Punjab during my visit there. We can make roti, dal, raita, and rice. That sounds yummy, Ajja said Aditi. While we set it up, why don't you go and clean the area where we will have the picnic? Yes, of course, Ajja. Together, the children helped clean the area under the mango tree. Raghu laid out mats, Krishna brought out plates and water, Meenu brought out spoons and ladles, and Aditi brought towels and soaps. Anushka arranged fruits and sweets. In the kitchen, Ajja had finished kneading the dough while Damu was in the middle of cooking both dal and a dry vegetable side by side. The children saw the tandoor and found the iron rod with a book quite amusing. They enjoyed the process of cooking rotis in the tandoor. Taking out the rotis from the tandoor is not easy, kids. It takes an expert to know and do this, said Ajja proudly. It took some time for the fresh rotis to be made, but soon the group sat down to eat lunch. Such good rotis, said Krishna. I love rotis. I like dessert, said Meenu. I like dal, said Raghu. Everyone managed to eat something that they really, really liked. Some people are happy with food, some with clothes, and some with animals, remarked Damu. So he stopped near a banyan tree and decided that it was safe enough for him to sleep on top of the branches instead of on the ground. He held the grinder with both arms and slept between the branches. Hours later, he woke up startled. He heard voices underneath the branches and realized that two thieves were in a deep discussion about the wealth they had just looted and how they planned to divide it. Ram became afraid and worried about the thieves finding him. In his nervousness, he touched the wooden handle of the grinder and made a full circle with it. As there was nothing inside to grind, there was a loud, harsh noise. Krrr. The thieves looked up, afraid, but in the dark night they could not see anything. They looked on either side of the tree, but there was nothing there either. Did you hear that? Asked one of the thieves. Was that a monster? Perhaps one that lives in the tree? I heard from many people that banyan trees can have monsters living in them. That is not true. Ram realized they were very afraid of the sound the grinder made, so he turned the wooden handle 2 more times. Krrr, krrr. The thief stood up. Ram repeated it again and again and again. The sound was much louder and harder than before. The thieves became terrified and ran away, leaving their loot under the tree. Ram waited for a few hours until it was early morning and came down from the tree. He found that the thieves had left 2 heavy bags of gold and jewelry. Ram took the bags and walked away. He thanked his father in his mind for giving him the stone grinder, with the help of which he had now become a very rich man. Now, the second brother Shyam had followed his path and reached the outskirts of a village. He wanted to reach the village quickly, but it began raining heavily. I will go there tomorrow morning, he thought. So he stopped near a banyan tree and decided that it was safe enough for him to sleep among its branches instead of on the ground. He hit the horn in the hole of the tree trunk and slept between the branches. In the middle of the night, he heard two people speaking quietly to each other under the banyan tree. One said, I have done an excellent job today. The village headman's daughter had a birthday celebrations and I was given the task of making many delicacies for the party. I have followed your instructions and added the medicine to her food. It will make her stay deep in sleep all night. Wonderful, said the second man. She won't get up till the evening tomorrow, and until then people will think that she is dead. That will be when we go and offer to give her this medicine to wake her up. The headman will be happy after she is awake and he may ask what we want. I will tell him that I want to marry his daughter. Once we are married, I will give you plenty of money. Shyam understood that the two men below the tree were a cook and a crook plotting against an innocent girl. He felt pity for the girl whom he had not even seen. The crook said, I have had a hard day at work, so let us rest here till the morning. But we need to hide the medicine before we sleep. Look, said the cook, there is a hole in the trunk of the tree. Keep the medicine there. No one will think of checking there, and we can sleep without a worry in the world. The crook reached out his hand and kept the medicine in the horn hidden in the hole of the tree trunk, and the two men finally settled under the tree. There was a cool breeze in the air, and the men began snoring within minutes. Shyam knew what he had to do. Early the next morning, he got down from the tree, picked up the horn and the medicine that was lying inside it. He quickly walked to the village ahead, but kept mum. He wanted to confirm what the men had said. Soon enough, there was a commotion in the village market. The birthday girl refuses to wake up, someone said. She looks dead, but she isn't, said another. The village doctor was called, but was unsuccessful in rousing her. As she was the only child of the village headman, the entire family was in tears. The headman begged the crowd surrounding his house, is there anyone who can wake my daughter up? I will give them whatever they want. We cannot live without her. Shyam observed this for some time and then walked up to the headman and said, I will try to cure her. He took the medicine and put it in the girl's mouth until she had swallowed it. Within a few minutes, she woke up. There was joy all around. People hugged him and shook his hands, thanking him profusely. The headman offered Shyam a lot of money for saving his daughter's life, but he refused. He took the headman aside and told him what he had heard the previous night and the sequences of events. The headman welcomed his honesty and said, You are a young and a helpful man. Perhaps you are the best man worthy of my daughter. I would like the two of you to be wed. If you agree, we can perform the engagement ceremony today. This is how Shyam agreed to marry the village headman's daughter, who also liked the handsome young man. The cook and the crook woke up late afternoon and searched high and low for the medicine. It was not there in the hole of the tree trunk. They were certain that nobody could have stolen it, so they assumed that a bird may have flown off with it and nobody in the village would know about the plan. Satisfied that they would be safe if they returned to the village, they walked back. From a distance, they saw that there were festivities in the village. The cook stopped a passerby and asked, What is going on there? Aren't you the cook of the house? Said the man. Don't you know the daughter of the headman is getting engaged this evening? A young man saved her life using a special medicine. How is that possible? Wondered both the men. When they approached the headman's house, they were surrounded by the police and arrested. What have I done? Asked the cook. I don't even know this village, said the crook. The headman stepped forward, exposed the plot, and the police escorted them to jail. The puzzled look on their faces spoke volumes. They still didn't understand how the medicine reached the headman's house. Meanwhile, Shashi took the road that led to the forest. It was already dark, so he stopped under a banyan tree and decided that it was safe enough for him to sleep among the branches instead of on the ground. He couldn't fall asleep, so he began to play the drum. To his surprise, a tiger came and stood under the banyan tree. He seemed to have a thorn in his paw, which was very painful. After some time, the tiger wanted to climb the tree and attack Shashi, but he couldn't. He fell down again and again. During his efforts to climb and find a grip, the thorn fell out of the paw, and the tiger's pain was immediately relieved. For a few minutes, the tiger listened to the continuous drumming and feeling relaxed. He began dancing. Shashi found it amusing. The more he drummed, the more the tiger danced. Shashi was afraid to stop drumming in case the tiger changed its mind and attacked him. So he drummed the whole night, and the tiger danced until it was exhausted and slept in the wee hours of the morning. Slowly, Shashi came down from the tree and was just about to make his exit when the tiger stirred and opened his eyes. Shashi thought, "Oh no, he will kill me now." The tiger, however, did not harm him. When he walked away, the tiger followed him. Shashi played the drum while walking and noticed that whenever he drummed, the tiger danced. Whenever he stopped, the tiger followed him and did not attack. That's when Shashi realized that the tiger liked him and was happy to be with him. Soon Shashi made his way out of the forest. He entered a village, but the people saw the tiger around him and ran away. Shashi pleaded, "Please don't be afraid. Come close. I will beat my drum and the tiger will dance for you." At first, people were skeptical, but then they saw him beat the drum and the tiger dance. They gave him some money for entertaining them. In the evening, Shashi and the tiger went back to the forest. Shashi ate food and again slept on a branch of the banyan tree. This became his routine. The tiger joined him when he got down from the tree in the morning, and together they went to different villages and towns, and the tiger would dance to the beat of his drum. They would come back to the forest in the evening. In time, other animals in the forest also became Shashi's friends. Soon a king heard news of the tiger whisperer and sent word to Shashi to come and perform for him at the capital. Politely, Shashi sent word back through the king's messengers. The tiger has to return to the forest in the evening, and we cannot make the journey to the capital as it is a long distance away. I will be grateful if the king comes here to see our unique show. The king understood the relationship of the tiger with the forest, so he came and enjoyed the dance of the tiger. He told Shashi, "I have a forest close to the capital city. I will give you 10,000 gold coins. The tiger and you live there. Then you can perform the show in my court regularly." Shashi replied, "Sir, the tiger is a part of my family. His comfort is important. He is not for sale, just like this drum, which is a gift from my father. Whenever you want to see him, please come here. I promise that we will always entertain you." The king was pleased that Shashi had considered the animal as a part of his family and was not money minded. "I salute you, young man," he said, "for caring so deeply for animals. There are few men in the world like you. Here, take this. I would still like to give you some money. I will come when I can." The king gave Shashi some gold coins and returned to his palace. A year passed, and the three brothers met again at the crossroads of the village. They shared the stories and thanked the Father in heaven for the three special gifts. What a wonderful story, Damu, said Ajja, sounding pleased. Yes, Damu, I really enjoyed your story, said Meenu. Thank you, Meenu. I have heard many stories from Ajji while working with her. Sometimes, when I have nothing to do at night, I lie down on the veranda, look at the stars and the sky, and create stories. I also have two brothers, and that's how I thought of this story.